Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the top 3 fastest ways to improve your guitar playing from intermediate to professional. My friend Rick Beato, who runs the YouTube channel Everything Music, did a video called Top 3 Fastest Ways to Improve Your Guitar Playing. And it's a great video. I encourage you to watch that. I watched that video and I started practicing those things that he said, and it definitely improved my guitar playing. But the thing is, what he talked about were more sort of practice techniques on a sort of smaller scale when it comes to different types of scales that you should play and things like that. I want to take this idea a little bit further to what's going to really make you a professional level guitar player. The number one thing and the most important, let's just start with the most important, and that is interval and ear training. Now I'm going to give you a secret. You've probably been doing all of your ear training wrong. I've been playing guitar for about 15 years, and for 14 of those years, I was doing all of my ear training basically wrong. I thought that I was playing by ear and learning to play by ear because probably like you, I'll hear a song on the radio or wherever, and then I'll figure out how to play it. And then I won't look at music or anything, but I'll just figure it out. And I thought, well, that's playing by ear. Well, actually, it's not playing by ear. That's playing by trial and error. Because you're sort of guessing, you're going, okay, well that sort of sounds minor, I guess, like let me try a minor chord, okay, well no, that's not right, maybe a minor 7th, okay, I'll try a minor 7th. That's just guessing, that's not really training your ear. Learning to play by ear and playing music by ear is hearing something and going, oh, okay, that's the 1 chord, that's the 6th minor chord, and actually being able to tell somebody what those intervals are. When you say, take me home, you're going, do, re, mi. So I have to know what those notes are that you're singing. So all of the most important ear training is going to happen away from your instrument. Now I'll go through and do some other videos, and there's some great ones on YouTube also. So there's some great videos on YouTube, and there's great apps for ear training, but we'll get into that in some other videos. But the number one thing is you have to know that when you play one note, and then before you play the next, you have to know in your head what the note is going to sound like. So if you're going to play, for instance, this note right here, and then I'm going to play that note, I have to know in my head what it's going to sound like, this note right here, up 1 whole tone before I play it. So if I go, so I knew in my head what it was going to sound like before I played it. And you have to be able to do this very fast. I'm still working on improving this every day. Or if I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to play the B string, and then I'm going to play the G string. What's that going to sound like? So I knew it's down a major 3rd, so it's going to sound like that. So you have to know these. If you don't know what every note's going to sound like before you play it, then you need to work on your ear training away from your instrument, just practicing, memorizing all of your intervals. The second thing to becoming a real professional level guitar player is record yourself. There's many reasons for this, but I'll give you a couple of the most important that I've found, because I've been recently recording myself a lot playing guitar on records, because you'll start to realize what your style is when you record yourself. You'll start to notice that certain intervals, after you've done your interval training, you like better than other ones, and you start noticing that in other guitar players as well. But you start to notice, okay, I really like the sound of a minor 3rd over a major chord. So you'll just kind of start to notice that, and I highly encourage you to, when you're recording yourself, you just start with very basic chords. So let's just like an A major chord. So let's do like a 1, 6, 5, 4 progression. So you just get this basic progression going, and then you start improvising over it. But you need to think about, as you're recording, when you're recording yourself, you need to remember what those chords were and when they happened. So you go 2, 3, 4, 1, F minor 2, 3, 4, F sharp minor 2, 3, 4, E 2, 3, 4, D 2, 3, 4. And then as you're doing that, you can go through different scales over that, and you start to realize what notes you like over different types of chords. So you go, oh, the 1 chord, okay, 1, 2, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, F minor 2, 3, 4, E, 2, D, 2, 3, for A, 2, and you start to notice what sort of sounds and what parts of those chords you can play those different scales. So it's really important to know exactly which chords you're listening to and then record yourself playing over those. Also, it will really help with your timing because you'll start to realize, oh, I'm really out of time, or I'm really in time when I'm playing. The third thing, after you've done those first two, is practicing speed. And that's speed for your intervals and knowing as soon as you hear something how fast you can know what it is without touching your instrument. And then also speed just with your fingers. I think this is kind of overlooked a little bit except by sort of thrash metal people and sort of certain styles of rock, but actually speed is really important because it enables you to put down on a recording the actual idea that you have. So there's plenty of times when I come up with an idea for a lick, but I can't play fast enough to actually be able to execute that lick. So playing fast is actually very, very important. So those are the 3 top tips, and I hope that you follow those in order of importance. 1, 2, and 3. Intervals, recording yourself, and 3 is speed.